Morning, students. And this session is the continuation of our previous day class, AWT, Abstract Windowing Toolkit. Okay. So before getting to the actual session, as usual, quiz. First quiz. So usually, GA programs are written by using existing software components provided in a toolkit. The Java toolkit used in this chapter is the what? Post the answer in the chat box. I'm asking you people to post the answer in the chat box. Java toolkit used in this chapter. Very simple one. So more than 80 people are here. So can anyone can't able to judge the concept name? What is this concept? Actually, this is the concept for related to GUI, graphical user interface. Okay, you are creating a simple web-based application. So which one is the choice for GUI programs here? Okay, let me show the answer. Abstract windowing toolkit. Okay, this is your topic. Okay, in the last session, I started abstract windowing toolkit (AWT), the expansion of AWT, which is abstract windowing toolkit. Okay, this is your actual topic for today's session. The next one. What is the one component that nearly all GUI programs will have? Recall the components, various components which are available in the component class of AWT hierarchy. And which one component that nearly all GUI programs will have, which is the most which is the most preferable component in the AWT hierarchy. Okay, so Nitya is choosing A. So what about others? Any others go for some other option or picking the same one? A. Okay, so anyone? Okay, frame only. Okay, which is the most preferable one in your AWT toolkit. Next, what is a container object in GUI programming? Okay, the definition of container. So recall the AWT hierarchy. Or do you need a container? Read all the options one by one and post the answer here. Okay, D. So any other? D or somewhere else? Okay. D is the right one. Okay, container, okay, which holds another component in AWT. Okay, so a container is an object like a frame. Frame is one of the container, one type of container which is frame. Okay, some another types, some few types are there. Dialog, frame, window, panel, applet. These are all the containers in AWT. Okay, that has other GUI components. Okay, or AWT components placed inside it. Okay, for this, fill in the blanks with suitable one. Very simple one. Actually, there are two ways to create a frame in AWT. The first one, extending class. Okay, we have already gone through the extending class in a lot of programs. The second one, instantiating frame class. Okay, this is the program comes under the second one. A very simple program.
B, ma'am.
Okay. Okay, B is the right one. Okay, so this is the program where used the second technique, instantiating the frame class. Okay, so are creating a object for the frame class. Okay, so here you should add frame here. Then this is about a size of the frame, set size, and this is about set visible of true. Then only that frame can able to visible, okay, visible to the user. Which of the following sets the frame to 300 pixel wide by 200 high? That is a width height. Okay. 300 means width, 200 means height.
A, ma'am.
Okay, thank you. Okay, A is the right one. Okay. So today topic, the remaining part of the remaining controls or remaining components of AWT. I will switch on into the my full screen mode. Okay. So last class, um, I have shown you the demonstration of labels, how to use labels, how to use button, how to use checkbox and choice box. Okay, choice box is the way of creating a radio button in AWT. Okay, so the remaining thing, list. Okay, some the remaining components. The first one, the drop down box or choice box. Okay, or combo box. How to create a drop down box or combo box in AWT. This is the way of creating combo box, and the only one constructor is available to create a choice box, that is choice. Okay, so there is, see here, there is the only one constructor in the choice class using which we can create an empty list. Okay, so this is the way of creating a list. A lot of methods available in this class. So here add, so add the item to the drop down list. Okay, using this you can add item with a name. Then get selected item to retrieve the particular item. Then get selected index means to retrieve the item based on the index. Here to retrieve the index. Okay, if you want to retrieve the item means uh, which is the best one? Get selected item. Get selected index means retrieve the index. So obviously which is index based. Okay, a drop down list which is based on index, and item count used to retrieve the number of items available in the drop down list. Okay, then select some item based on index, select the value as it is, then get item. Okay, so a lot of methods which are available in the choice class. So choice class is the way of creating list, drop down list in AWT, and this is the program. See here, my list equal to new choice. Okay, a very simple code to create a choice box. In the choice box, you have added your four um, strings CSC, ECE, EEE, IT. Okay, then add my list. Finally, you can add the choice box into the frame. Okay, so this is the way of adding the items into the drop down list, and this is the way of adding the choice box or list to the frame. Okay, so as usual, our listener, one of the uh, Windows listener here, a window closing. Okay, to close the window. So other than this, no more event which is added, or no more listener which is added here. Only a simple one. You close the window. Okay. So as usual thing, set size of, you have to set the size of the frame, you have to set the title of the frame, you have to set the layout, and set visible of true. Okay, so everything is common, so between all the programs using frame. Okay, so this is the program we are using the first method. Okay, extending the frame class. See, your user class which extends the frame class. Okay, as usual thing, and this is the output. Okay, you can choose either CSC, or you can choose either one from the list. Next, choice box which is over. Next, which is about a list box. Okay, both choice box and list box both are coming to the same category, list. Okay, the first way, previous slide, we have seen about choice. Using the choice, you are creating some drop down list. Here, some list box. Okay, list box also contains a list of items. Okay, but one more thing here is user can select one or more items. Okay, that's the main difference between this and the previous one. User can select one or more items, and one more difference between this and the previous choice box, which is more than one items in the list box are visible to the user. Okay, more than one items in the list box are visible to the user, but in the previous one, only one item which is visible to the user, but here more than one items in the list box are visible to the user. So the number of ways to create a list, there are three ways, three constructors. The first one, as usual, the empty one. The second one with some particular number of rows. Here, number of rows, which specifies the number of items visible to the user. Suppose you will have some 10 items, means only 3 items should be visible to user, means they have to set in the place of num rows 3. Okay, you have to replace 3 with num rows. Then multiple select. User can also select one or more items. That is, so you can set multiple select option, which is the Boolean option. Either you can set true or false. So there are three ways to create a list box. One way to create a choice box. Okay. Next, a lot of methods. As usual, add a particular item to the list. The second one, add a particular item to the index at a particular index. Okay, then you have to retrieve the items available in the list. Then with get selected index means we retrieve the item based on the index. Here some items is retrieved. Okay, so the difference between this and previous one is here in list box you can retrieve more than one item. So array which is used. Okay, so as usual, the item count, select, get items. So a lot of methods which are available in a list box. Next is a program, a simple program. Here a very simple code, empty, the first method, um, new list. Okay, this is the way of creating this list, and add 4 values to the list. Finally, you are adding your list to the frame. Okay, so remaining part, which is as usual, this is your output. Okay, so all here, 1 minute. In here, all the items are visible to the user. Okay, I will show you how the demonstration of this program is once the PPT is over. That's the difference between this list box as the previous choice box. Here, all the items are visible. It may be useful for your MCQ part. Next, text. Okay, text field or text box, which is a single line entry, single line text entry. Okay, if you are using text field means or text box means single line text entry. And there are 4 ways to create a text field. Okay, first one as usual the empty one. The second one with specifying num characters. Okay, which means specifies the width of the text field. Okay, width of the text field. If you are specifying 10 means you can able to enter 10. More than 10 doesn't allow. Next, string. String which specifies the initial text in the text field. If you are specifying a text field with some letter, initial letter means that only could able to enter into a text field. Okay, this is all about your text field. And also a lot of methods available in your text field. Okay. Next, this is the program. How to create a text field. Here, the first here the text second constructor. You are using here the second constructor. Text field of 20. So 20 letters you can able to the width of the string which is 20 characters only you have to able to enter into a text field. Okay. Then so after here add of text field into the frame. Okay, the remaining parts are same. Here you are creating one label for identification purpose. If you are using text field means it is preferable to use label. Then only you can able to identifying the text field. Enter your name. Okay, this is about the label. Then enter your name means this is the label and it has one a text field. You have to enter your name. Okay, so if you are using text field in your programming, you should use a label. So this is all about a text field. Next, okay, so here enter name. So enter name, which is the label. Okay, so you are creating a label. See, this is the code where you are creating a label with the name, enter name. Here you are adding the label to the frame. Layout. Okay, like this. Enter name and text field. Next, text area. Okay, text area means you can enter multiple number of lines. Okay, that's the difference between text field and text area. And also a lot of constructors which are available in text areas. So in the above constructor, num lines, okay, specifies the height of the text area. Okay, text area means it provides you a box. Okay, num chars specifies the width of the text area. Bars specifies the scroll bar. Okay, if you want the scroll bar means you can use a scroll bar. Okay, so the valid values of a scroll bars. A scroll bar has some valid values. These are all constants. Okay, scroll bars underscore both side. None. If you don't want to use scroll bar means scroll bars underscore none. Then horizontal. Then vertical. Okay. So these are the ways to create a text area. Next, a simple program. Okay. Here you are creating the text area 3 comma 20. So this is the constructor, the second constructor. Okay, number of lines. Then a number of characters, number of lines, which is the height of the text area. Number of chars specifies the width of the text area. Okay. The second constructor you are using here to create a text area. Then add the text area to the frame. Okay. So the remaining part, as usual part. So this is your text area output. Okay. Next, next one program, calculator program. Okay. So I will show you the demonstration. The first one, choice box. I will run the program. So this is your choice box. Only one value is visible to the user at a particular time. Okay, you can choose any other value from the drop down list. Okay, this is about your choice box. Next, list box. The difference between choice and the list is in the list more than one value which is visible to the user, and you can also select more than one items. So we'll run the program. So see here more than one value which is visible to the user. So I can't write any code to select more than one item. Okay, a very simple code, that is why. Here I'm not adding any other event rather than adding only a one event which is just close the window. Okay. I'm just adding the only event which is close the window. This is the code. Next, text field. Okay, a single line entry with one label. You have to add. I think more than 20 you can't add. Next, text area. Here, a very simple constructor you are using. That is why the scroll bar, which is not visible. Okay. If you want to prefer some scroll bar means you have to use some other options in the constructor. Okay. Okay, this is the way of creating a text area. Next, calculator program. Okay. So this is the calculator program. And which method which is preferable? The first method, extending the frame class. Okay. And also here a lot of actions are added while you are pressing press any button. Okay, that is why it implements action listen, not the abstract class. One of the interface. Okay, see, three labels are available. Okay, first I will run the program. Okay, three labels are available. So you are creating the object for label class LB1, LB2, LB3. Then three text fields are available. So you are creating the object for the text field. Three objects you are creating. Text 1 for the first text, text 2 for the second text, and text 3 for the third text. Third text which is about result. Okay. Text 1 and 2 which is about you have to receive the input from user. Next, here only you're creating actually here just your just instantiation purpose which is actually performed in this line only. New. Okay, instantiation is created for label, two labels, three labels, as well as three text box. Okay, then some buttons are added. 7 buttons are added. So for addition, subtraction, multiplication, division, modular division, reset, close, 7 buttons are available in this application. So 7 buttons are created. Okay, here someone, so you are creating, you are just instantiating the button. Okay, next, so these all things you have to include in your constructor. Okay, next, this is about a frame, size of the frame, then title of the frame, then layout. As usual, you are using a flow layout as usual of previous program. Okay, next, if you add one thing, add action listener, right? Add action listener of this. Okay, when see in a lot of codes, if you are using add action listener means the thing which is automatically added does that this. Okay, so what is the purpose of this in Java? What is the purpose of this in Java? This keyword. So anyone post in the chat box? This keyword in Java. So this keyword which is about the object of the current class. Okay. So the add action listener, while you are clicking the button, okay, some action can be performed. The add action listener method takes the current object as a parameter. Okay. So by default, all the code should be add action listener of this. Okay. So the this keyword simply means, okay, so I'm working in right now. I'm working in this object right now. Okay. So because here some actions are performed while you're clicking the button. That is why all the buttons are adding with add action listener of this. Okay. So while you are adding the method add action listener of this, you should add one more method, that is action performed. Okay. So action performed, which action has been performed. See, here these are arithmetic operations. Here the result, the data types here you are using is double. Okay, you are using double. Basic for basic arithmetic operations, so all the values are initialized with 0. The first one, uh, first you are receiving input, right? You are receiving input from the text box 1. Okay, so you are receiving input from the text box 1. That is why, what is the name of the text box 1? Text field 1? Text 1. So text 1 dot get text. Okay. So get text 1 dot get text, which is in the form of a string. Okay. You have to convert the string into double because you are initialized with double values. Okay. So you have to convert the string into double. That is why you are using parse double. Okay. Parse double. Okay, double dot parse double of text one dot. This is the actually the syntax. So a value. Okay, the first text box value, the first text box value which is added in here a. Okay, why you are putting this code in try catch means while you are working with parsing. Okay, this is also very important MCQ question. While you are working with the parsing means which type of exception is raised. The exception, the name of the exception is number format exception. Okay. If you are working with the parsing means the type of exception which is number format exception. That is why I have put this code into the try catch. Okay, that specified exception number format exception. Next, the second text. Okay, yeah, here also a user can enter the second value, which is also converted into double, okay, and stored into B. C, next C, which is about here, C, which is about result. Okay. here one thing which is added, okay, C, which is about result here. Okay, so no user don't enter any value, which is about result. I will show one. I will give you some ad. Okay, this is about result. Um, Based on the a button click, the result is vary. Okay, subtraction means which is varied, multiplication means which is varied, division means which is varied. Okay, so based on the button click, uh, the result is varied. So, what is the purpose of the get source? See, the event object, okay, which is the actually the root, which is the top level class. The event object contains get source method. Okay, where the get source method which is available in the event object, which is the top level class. Okay, uh, suppose you may have contains many buttons in your applications. Okay, many, but if you are using many buttons in your application means you can find which button is clicked by user. Okay, so using the get source method, that it will helpful to identify the event which is launched from which button. Okay, so simply the get source method which returns the source of the event where it actually launched. Okay, the source of the event. See, so if get source is equal to, which is from button one means, okay, the source which is from button one means button one which is about addition, right? So perform addition operation. Okay, perform addition operation. See here, while the displaying, you should convert this into string. Actually, a plus b, the result which is in the format of double. Okay, so C, which is double, you have to convert the double into string. Then only you can able to display over on the text, because text field which is based on the string. So string dot value of C, whatever the value in C which is converted into string. Okay, and set text using the predefined method set text.
Man,
Who please be unmute, mute your mic. Okay, I'm asking you, please to mute your mic.
yeah, unmute your mics. It's very easy to trace. ராஜரி கன்யூ பண்ணுங்க நீ.
Uh, and next, if source which is from button 2, button 2, so button 2 which is subtraction. So here subtraction which is performed. Okay, subtraction which is performed. Other things as usual things. The value which is in double, you should convert this value in string and set text over on the text. The third text which is about result. Next, if it is source from the button 3 which is about multiplication. Okay, so multiplication means, so multiplying the value and stored in the C which is double, so you should convert the value double into string, so string dot value of C. Okay, so whatever the value which is in C which is converted into string and set text in the text field 3. Okay. Next, which is about button number 4, which is about division, okay, integer division. Button number 5, okay, button number 5, which is the modulo division, the as usual thing, okay, the string dot value of C, the value C, which is converted to string uh, uh, and which is stored on the text field number 3 using set text method, okay, and button number 6, which is about reset. Okay, so all the values are so all the fields are by the filled with 0 using set text of 0, text 2 dot set text of 0, text 3 dot set text of 0. Okay, it is a very simple code. Button number 7, which is about close. Okay, here I'm not including any event for closing this. I can't able to close by clicking on this. I can close by clicking on this. I can able because I'm just adding the event for close button only. From the menu bar. So the close button, and the name of the close button, which is button 7. Okay, system dot exit of 0. Okay, if you are clicking close means you can exit. And final thing, the as usual thing, you have to create the object for your class. Okay, then set visible of true and set location. Okay, the location as well as visible of true, then only your frame can able to visible to the user. Okay, this is the code for a very simple basic arithmetic operations using calculator. Okay. So in this class you have learned about all the components which are available in the AWT. Okay, so for this class you have seen about some list box. Um, that list box means you can create the list box either in two ways. First way, choice, using choice, and the second way using list. Okay, multiple, so that is drop down list or combo box. Next, text field and text area. This is all about your basic AWT components. Okay, so in the next session we will learn about some layout. Okay, here you are using only one layer, flow layout. Some other layouts are available in AWT concept. Okay, so in the next session we will learn about the layout concept. Okay, if any doubt, please unmute your mic and tell. Then ask your question.
So Gayatri, I have some announcements regarding Oops. I'll tell you. Right.
Okay, sir. Okay, sir.
So dear students, um, regarding virtual lab, already we have give the orientation for the first 5 exercises. Kindly go through it, complete it, and upload the content in the GitHub. Still, we are tracking for GitHubs also. So some of the students have not involved in creating the GitHubs. Create it. At a time, if exams are going to get over for you, then it will be very tough to move everything. All the subjects will get a push. So to avoid the last time inconvenience, kindly do it on a daily basis. It will be very easy for you. Instead of accumulating and doing or copying others program and that you are going to put it over on the GitHub, all those things will be a cumbersome job for you. Again, it will create uh, a very worst situation that where you could not be able to take it forward. This subject is very, very important for your campus placement. That's the reason why we are doing it completely in the corporate fashion. So kindly follow the and adhere the instructions that what we are passing over there. So the main thing is I could able to see. I found some 16 to 17 students have shared their observation even to my WhatsApp also. It's good to see that they have solved it and they have shared it. And I found some of the students have uploaded in the GitHub also. Fine. And two students have shown the record that they have typed in the MS Word. That's also very good to see. So all the students do it. That's what we are expecting. Not only one or two in the class. Everyone has to do that and upload it in the GitHub link. We are ready to go and review. So tomorrow there could be a one-to-one session, right? So get ready for that, and the individual subject teacher will interact with you. The corresponding A section I will interact, and B section Aarti ma'am will interact, and C section Gayatri ma'am will interact, and triple E Shamini ma'am will interact with you. Right? So by considering that, complete your work and have it with you. Okay. So There won't be any target. We taught you 5 exercises, right? 5 to 6 exercises, as well as the progress of the project. So keep those things in your corresponding entries, complete it, because most of the programs we taught you in the session itself. If you take the slides, that you could able to go through it and you could able to solve it. That's it. That's not more than that. How you have understood the concept. People are not crushing you on logics over there, right? Actual Wipro milestones will crushing you on logic. I think students have come across those slides in the net. You could be able to see that. Even it's available in our repository. So we are not doing that. Have you understood the concepts of Java? Can you be able to apply the corresponding OOPS concept for the correct application? Can you be able to do that? That's what we will testing. That's the basic fundamental that even campus placements they will check. Second thing is how you are good in logic programming. That's what the key thing that will decide your salary package. Okay, not everybody will get the same salary package, right? Code optimization with a very good code that people are going to produce, that they will get very good salary package. The second category, those who are going to give the moderate code. The last category, you have solved the problem. That's all. For you, the basic salary package that you will get in. So the package will start from the normal 32,000 package to, it will span up to 75,000 package, right? So try to fall on the first band. No need to aim for the last band. If you aim for the last band, it's very tough for you to clear the campus itself. So aim for the first band. If your footstep and efforts are very clear, surely you will be in the first band, right? Otherwise, you will drag down, right? So that could be the case. So try for your maximum efforts, spend time and utilize it. Don't make the teachers to track in a wide fashion. So that won't be fine, right? So you feel responsible for your placements. That's what we are expecting you to cooperate. It's not like other subject. That's what I will be conveying you, right? This is an implementation subject. This subject that you have to carry over throughout your career, okay, throughout your course. So that could be the major thing. Still, mobiles are live. Still, your Android is live. Life for Java is there. Right? Validity, there is no the term. It's unlimited. So that's the reason why suggest you to travel in such a case. Learn and travel. That's what we want to cover here. If you want to learn what are all the exercises that we are going to give over there, kindly solve it. That's all. That could be the basic thing that we want to convey here. As well as assignments also have been launched. Assignment 1, assignment 2, what you have solved. We are not giving new problems. Already you have solved the problems, right? The basic problems. Addition of two numbers, prime numbers, Fibonacci series. Only we are changing the concepts, right? We are not changing the problems. Already you have a solution. You have to change and modify and you are going to upload. No need to write and upload. Okay, I found so many students are writing. Don't take pain. Just to sit on the terminal, type, execute, store the soft copy of the code, take the screenshot of the code, put it in a single Word document, convert it into PDF, upload it in the assignment portal. That's all. It's over. I found students are writing, then they are taking the soft copy, then they are putting the screenshot. Don't take much more pain. Just to spend a matter of 30 minutes, it's enough that you are going to work with. Ultimately, third assignment, what we have focused, file programming. Already, you know, already have solved all the 3 sets of programs, right? So what you are going to do, instead of assigning the value inside the program, you are going to read the value from the file, process that value in the program. Finally, you are going to display the results in the file only, not in the console, right? Everything is going to compare with the file itself. So keep those things in mind, solve those things also, do the things parallelly, right? Manage your time and close the jobs whenever it got posted. That's the main thing. Fall over on the deadline. Do not cross the deadline. People will be expecting that, right? Thank you. Can leave the session.